The grass in the field till the flowers.
Okay.
The of man and they're seated in power. Rise till branches and leaves till the trees. It takes one song to break rich knees. Great till the
Woo-hoo! Yeah, it does. Woo!
till the meadow they sing.
Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius, and today we are back with Lydia the Bard and her newest, The Woods. If you missed it last week, and by last week I mean 5 minutes ago in the real world, but last week for you folks on YouTube, we checked out her song, Feed Us Your Girls, which was absolutely incredible. And so this is going to be kind of a continuation of that. I also checked out Don't Cry for Your Daughter's Eve on my own before Lydia and I were connected. So definitely these videos feel like they'll kind of be a trilogy. Definitely make sure you're checking out my reaction to Don't Cry for Your Daughter's Eve, our co-reaction last week to goodness gracious, Feed Us Your Girls. I'm getting there. I'm figuring it out. I didn't take my ADD meds this morning, but that's okay. And now we are checking out The Woods. So this is Lydia's newest song. I am actually very grateful to be one of the apparently first people to get to see this video, which I'm sure you'll talk about in a second. My Wednesday slot is filled with a series right now, so I don't even think I remember to tell Lydia this. This isn't going to go up for like another month because we got to get through the Wednesday series first. But even by the time this comes out, this song should still only be about a month old, and so I'm very excited for you guys to check it out. Lydia, tell us a little bit about what we're about to jump into.
Okay, so, no one's seen this yet. Bar me and the artist. I haven't shown my partner.
Literally just those two.
Literally just, I haven't shown my co-writer. Like, they haven't seen this yet. I literally got this finished article like a day or two ago, and watched it and was like, so cool. So this is The Woods, which is the title track off of my new album that's coming out this Saturday. So when you see this video, it's probably already out. It'll be out on the 11th of October. So it's the title track.
If you're seeing this on Patreon, it just came out, so make sure you're going and supporting it. And if you're seeing it on YouTube, it's been out for about a month. I'm sure many of you have already supported it, but if you haven't, or even if you have, go listen to it again.
Go listen to it again. Go listen. You can listen to just throw it on. Put it on loop. But yeah, this is The Woods, which is the title track from the album. For the album, Feed Us Your Girls is on the album as well.
Oh.
The genres within the album, we move around quite a lot.
Cool.
I would say if you were to say it's stuck in any specific genre, it would be folk rock with dark pop influences.
Ooh.
That's maybe, or like progressive folk is maybe where I'd put the album. We jump genres, not drastically, but enough that you would notice if you were listening to the album. So this song is very folk rock. So it's quite a different sound to Feed Us Your Girls. And then the song after it within the album pushes you into a slightly darker pop, but still folk space. And then Feed Us Your Girls is the third track. So it has some kind of, there is a flow to it. So this song is called The Woods, and it's about billionaires and about like social hierarchy, and how those that are at the top of the social hierarchy, the billionaires, the world leaders, are often there because they have a desire for power and they have a greed for money, for power, for status, for whatever that is. And how, if that goes unchecked, if world leaders are allowed to do whatever they like, if these big CEOs of corporations are influencing politics and are spending their money and exploiting other human beings, that unchecked behavior will lead the world into destruction. Like, to see leaders and CEOs with no empathy towards the people that exist within the world, it's going to destroy it eventually. So it's essentially a bit of a cautionary tale, this saying kind of telling a story of a world in which these people have been allowed to rule unchecked.
I see.
And what that looks like. So it's a bit of a cautionary tale. It's a bit of a call to arms. I think it's fun.
I am
But yeah, I'll
curious
give you that.
about something because recently
Yeah.
I've actually been doing a lot more research into this, and so therefore I'm finding more parallels, even sometimes where they don't belong, like the Star Kid musicals, where I came up with this whole theory and everyone was like, that's fun. Not at all what they were going for, and I'm like, great. But I am really curious if you feel any, like, intentional influence from the concept of the 7 deadly sins in your writing.
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
Not
The only reason I asked
you make a strong point.
is because
Yeah.
in the last video, I almost brought it up, but I had already yapped so much about every line that I didn't want to talk about it too much. But when you were talking about some of the symbolism and imagery in Feed Us Your Girls, you very much mentioned this, like, hunger and consumption and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, I was like, how cool is it that you are portraying lust as gluttony?
Yeah, actually, that is exactly what was happening
in that song
video.
with the
Without
symbolism.
meaning to.
Exactly. And so it was like, you're kind of portraying that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, should I mention it? No, I'm probably reading too far. And then with this one, you very specifically started talking about the greed and pride and power. And I was like, okay, now I have to mention it. We've now touched on like 4 of them. So I have to bring up the
All
symbolism that I'm seeing. So yeah, I was just curious if there was any kind of intentionality there, or if that was just kind of...
Not with the 7 deadly sins, but definitely in terms of like calling out behavior that is dangerous to humanity, and that happens to be those things like greed and
really
pride. And this is very much about greed and pride. Feed Us Your Girls, that is about like lust and gluttony and that kind of gross yuck. What others are there? Sloth. I don't think there's much on there about that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, envy. Kind of that.
Oh, that is fun though. I should write an album that just attacks each of the 7 deadly sins. That could be a lot of fun.
That
would be fun.
I'm always so excited to like talk with people about these things that I feel like sometimes I unintentionally like come off as like, let me like slide into these projects. But as soon as you said that, I'm like, can we co-write like a 7 deadly sins thing? Because I love that symbolism so much.
I grew up very much like, I'm not religious anymore, but I grew up very heavily involved in the church. So a lot of my art and a lot of the lyrics that I have, actually I think I've picked the 2 songs where I don't really reference it, has like, I don't think I reference it in this one or in Feed Us Your Girls, but there's a lot of references throughout my artwork that is like religious imagery, because that's what I grew up with, and have a lot of religious trauma from being a child. So it worms its way into my work quite a lot. But the 7 deadly sins is a fun idea.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm glad.
I have so much.
Glad I unintentionally put some seeds where they belonged. And now let's check out, if you don't have anything else, The Woods.
No, let's go for it.
Whoa. Oh, I love this aesthetic.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow! Who is this artist?
It's the same. It's maybe Mac DC. It's the
this
same
is
person.
the same person? Well. That's such a different style. What a multi-talented artist.
They're really good. They're very, very good.
Wow. Oh.
There's a girl out there walking real slow. Grief sings all the air, fire, ash, and smoke.
I love the backing vocals for this one. Just the like.
They're great. Yeah, I love the BBs in this.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
It's interesting because I feel like so far. I do feel like in this one we have like a little bit more diction and consonance with like the sort of like war-torn, like less creepy and more like poignant. But
we're telling a bit more of a story in this one.
Yeah, but then the BVs kind of take that low consonant approach then.
Wow. She may be gone for now. She'll be back again.
Wow. Whoa! Whoa! What? This. Wow. That's. Oh shoot. Oh no! I think Discord died. Uh-oh. Lydia the Bard dial-up sounds. Sorry about that, YouTube audience. I have no clue how much we're gonna keep in or anything like that. Lydia's that was absolutely bizarre. Don't know what happened, but we're back. That musical build up to the title drop. I'm gonna let play again, but that was incredible.
It's very cool. Do you wanna? I can't. Have you got it shared into the Discord? I can't see it.
Whoops. Yeah, that's so cool. Like, I know now we've heard it like 5 times because unfortunately the tech issues happen at the coolest part. But talk to me about that. Like that build, what's that invoking? What's the idea? Is it just because it's cool because it is, or is there something like what's?
This song it's the first time we worked with a producer was making this song, so it was very exciting.
Wow.
We worked, I know, super fun. We worked with a producer called Peter Miles at Middle Farm Studios in Devon. Very cool guy, very cool, like long hair, like very zen and chill.
Amazing.
And, like,
best vibes.
Such a cool guy. But when we got to this part of the song, we knew that we wanted it to build and like have and layer up as it moved into the first verse, because the style, it starts quite like airy and floaty, and it's about to have a lot of energy to it quite quickly. So like it needs to build to first and foremost to allow the song to flow properly and to make that feel like a natural progression.
Yeah.
And also just to throw you into the story a little bit as well, and to kind of allow the listener to be propelled into where we're about to go, which is a little bit chaotic.
Okay.
So that was kind of the thought process behind that. And I think it was a lot of fun because we did a lot of like building within the studio, and we had the backing vocalists with us, just like singing different notes and having them kind of start small and then grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger. That was the thought process behind that.
Incredible.
Really.
That's amazing. I love it. Just...
pushes you into it.
The devil sits on white chairs as the people sing to the wind is maybe my favorite lyric so far. That's absolutely incredible. I did really like, what was the line? But there's not much left to die, being like there's so little that you even have left to hold on to. So like what's even, oh, interesting.
Why
okay.
are you holding on?
We actually took that differently then. So yours is a literal, so your intention was a literal standpoint.
A literal,
of,
well,
like,
within
there being
this like
less people.
dystopian world. Well, no, as in like, there's not much left to die. Like, there's not much left to like the souls of the people that remain. Very much, but then you could also take it as in population-wise, as in there aren't many people, because that matches the dystopian kind of story we're telling. But yeah, it was very much
for me. I took that a lot more internally, like basically being like in this world you're already dead. Like there's not
for
much
sure.
left in you.
That was also there, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's got a few different meanings, but I'd say that's definitely one of them as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I got.
You can
part
take
of
it in
now.
lots of different ways.
I love it.
For
Good
sure.
lyrics should be like that.
What's left to die? Flying in circles takes a bite. Tongue that steals that life and then love.
And then the animalistic, like the way you once again. What's the opposite of anthropomorphize? Like anthropomorphize is taking it and
I know what you're
humanizing
talking
it.
about.
What is it to like take something that's
thing or a
inanimate
concept
and making it
and
like
give it human.
animalistic? Because anthropomorphize
there's
is
a
making it
specific
human,
word.
but I don't think
Yeah.
anthropomorphize can be used for making it animalistic because you can anthropomorphize an animal. Regardless, I love the way
Regardless.
like famine circles, hunger steals. I guess it is still technically anthropomorphizing, I think. It's just like a different variety of it, but it's really cool.
Specific kind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say I wanted to like I wanted it to feel a bit more intentional, and I wanted to almost humanize and make these concepts living things. Because I felt like language-wise, it's just fun, but it also communicates the idea of the song quite nicely.
And that's also really fascinating because that's the opposite of what you did in the last song. You took the human perpetrators and made them less human, and now you're taking conceptual perpetrators and making them more human.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm seeing you.
I did do that.
Oh, this chair. Also, hold on. Total tangent here. So sorry.
Go.
Do you enjoy or even are familiar with, because like you've worked with Caleb Hiles, are you familiar with the music of the show Ruby?
No, but I know a lot of, I've heard and been recommended it so many times, but then have not actually checked it out yet.
Even just from a music standpoint, like even if you don't have time to go through the whole show, because it definitely has mountains and valleys of quality. It's got some peak moments, but it's definitely not the highest quality show all the way through.
Yeah.
Musically, though, is really good. And just like, God, if you could ever do a song with Casey Lee Williams, I think I would melt. But very specifically, the way you delivered Devils, very much reminiscent of how, just the type of timbre that Casey Lee Williams usually has when she's belting a high note. Like
I'll have to check them out.
The third time listening through this, that line specifically, just like the devils, like gave me very much like some roses will never bloom. Like those people will know exactly which song I'm referencing, but like something about that delivery just gave me very much, because all of the music done in Ruby is done by Jeff Williams and Casey Lee Williams, who are a father-daughter combo. And it's really, really cool. So most of the guitar and instrumentals and everything is Jeff Williams, and then most of the vocals is Casey Lee Williams, who was like 14 in Volume 1, which is crazy for how talented she was. And now,
that's adorable.
Like early to mid 20s, I guess, is how that math would work. But still,
nice. Yeah,
definitely recommend.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'll check it out.
Yes! I was waiting for that. I never want to be like, I was hoping for something and then it didn't happen, because no matter how I intend it, people think it's me criticizing or saying it should have happened. But in the last song, there was one moment where I thought you were going to use a specific musical technique that is my favorite musical technique, and then you didn't, and there was a moment where I was like, oh, and now here it is. I love a suspension of music that turns into instruments. Or sorry, that turns into vocal harmonies, I meant. A suspension of instruments that becomes vocal harmonies. You know what? No, we're taking a side quest. Hold on. We're side questing and nobody can stop me.
Please do.
A few moments later.
So, we are taking an adventure into this real quick because since we've now talked about it, one of the songs from Ruby has my favorite example of this musical technique. So we can kind of talk about the technique and also introduce you to Casey Lee Williams' vocals kind of all in one. Okay, so this is one of my favorite scenes from the show. This is so one of the characters is a heiress to like a very toxic capitalist fortune. Like it's literally like the Schnee Dust Company. Like her dad, like one of the main 4 girls. Her dad is this world's Bezos. Like that's the best way I can describe it.
Got it. Yep.
And so this song is kind of her freedom and things like that, but. So you can see the lyricism is very much like the type of lyrics you write as well.
Yeah.
But then we get to this part up here.
Ooh.
And then here we get. And so you can kind of see what I was talking about of like the delivery and the timbre of how she belts feels very reminiscent to how you handled the devil line.
Interesting. Yeah.
But then also that is one of my favorite examples of that suspension as we kind of just like as it's all just build, and then just boom, like no instruments, vocal harmonies. That is my favorite thing that anyone can do in music. I use it in my own album. And so I loved the way within yours we kind of had, it wasn't a complete suspension of instrumental.
It wasn't a cutout, no. But
not a full cutout, but it brings it back.
It brings you to a similar place. Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps that same energy. Because what I always kind of tell people is like, my favorite technique really is 3 things at once.
Yeah.
And I still appreciate when I can find like something with 2 of them. So this is like 2/3 of my favorite thing that still conveys the same kind of vibe.
Same vibe, yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah, that's so cool. And the way that you already told me in advance that this world, the dystopia, the concept of the woods is this world created by the elite, by capitalism, by everything like that. And to then drop like anywhere you go, the woods will know in this dystopian kind of way. Everyone, there's always that. And like, ooh.
Yeah. I think with this video in particular, I think the effect that this kind of dystopian leadership has had on the world is that like the environment has just gone to the dogs. Like there is acid rain falling. The land itself is like dead and
wow, what a crazy
fictional
world you've weaved here. Good thing it's all fantasy and dystopian and distant futures that our direct next generations won't have to face or anything. Anyways, please continue.
The song was written. But the what I enjoyed is actually no, interesting enough, there's a lot of like humanizing or giving objects or concepts human characteristics that don't naturally have them. So in this song, the woods is very much like the natural world or Mother Earth or the natural spaces that in this world have been destroyed. And in a world where human beings haven't been able to kind of fix their own problems, the idea is that no matter what you do, like the very core of the earth will know the wrongs that you've committed. And like it's very much about karma as well. It's like the core of the earth, the roots in which if you're going to hurt and harm others in the world that you live in, like karma is going to come for you. The woods will know. Like you might think you've gotten away with the stuff you've done, but you simply won't. One day there will be reckoning and like retribution. So that's very much what the song's about, reckoning and retribution. And that even though human beings might be struggling to fix the problem, like the earth is going to rebel against you at some point. Like you're going to have your just desserts. It might not be now, it might not be tomorrow, but it will be at some point.
Cool.
I dig more into that in the bridge, which is coming up later.
Okay, fiddle taking off out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. That is the beautiful Georgie Tilley playing that. incredible violinist.
Was that?
I was saying she's a brilliant violinist.
Oh, gotcha. Sounds
Very
like
good.
it.
Heroes overflow, lounging under money trees, set to bring the whole world to its knees. It claims the air you breathe, burns what it can't seize. There's no forces, feverish as avarice is greed.
Oh, and to even you can't you can't tell me that there's not Seven Deadly Sins inspiration and literally use the original
They
word
did.
avarice. Avarice
Yeah.
was the word for that sin before greed was. Like, greed is
Yeah.
a modernized version of it. The
That's really
original
funny.
direct word and translation, the original the first anglicized version of the Seven Deadly Sins used the term avarice. And
That's
then
so
greed
funny. I
came in
actually-
later.
That was on purpose. I meant to do that.
The devils claim their saviors as the people's
Oh!
spirits sing. Oh, the day will come
Yes!
when your date's red. Hear that hungry noise, see the hell's fed. Oh, and then you're undivided, just so you know.
And I love your approach to falsetto, by the way. I didn't mention
Oh,
the last
thank you.
video, but when you choose to go to it versus not is so
Yeah.
fun and poignant. And I feel like I've
Thank you.
never once felt like you went to falsetto because only because your voice had to. It always
it's
feels like an
a
intentional choice.
Yeah. It's a choice. I don't want to be like, yeah, I could sing up there and belt it if I wanted to. But like, I want to give a certain feeling and I want it to have a folky energy to it.
Yeah.
And I want to save any like big moments where I want the vocal to shine through for when it matters. Like at the moment, we're just in chorus 2.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stealing the attention with vocals. I'm telling a story.
Yes, that's so
how I
important.
think.
Oh, that's so important to leave something available for later. Yes, that's crucial. That's fun fact. That's actually why in the last song I thought my favorite thing was coming, because there was something that happened in the first 2 choruses that I was like, oh, potentially a natural way to make that more extreme would be to do a dropout and suspension in the final chorus, is kind of where my brain was going with it and wondering if that was coming. So exactly what you're saying. That's so fun.
Well,
and
one of
interesting.
what I did in that last song, one of my favorite things in a song is a really small like repeat of what the start of the chorus is.
Ooh.
So the end of the Feed Us Your Girls, it's Feed Us Your Girls, then you get the wolf shout, and then everything comes back in. So that's what happens.
Cool. I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. I love talking to musicians.
It's fun.
And then you're undivided, just so you know. Anywhere you go,
Oh! The time, the way, the whoa! But like the instruments slow down more than the vocals. They both slow down.
Yeah.
The instruments and the vocals both slow down. They both have this weird like tempo
They just
change,
about meet each other.
but
Yeah.
they're not quite
Well,
at the same rate.
No, the time signature changes, I think, just there into, this is a Ben question, who's my co-writer. I think he goes into 6/8, I want to say. He'll kill me if I'm wrong. But obviously the chorus is just ending, and we wanted to change the vibe as we head into the bridge.
Yeah.
So it kind of does. The tempo, well, not the signature kind of changes, and it feels like it slows down as we move into the next section. Yeah.
Wow. I love that. It's like it evokes such a feeling to it. You can tell I'm
Yeah,
getting
it changes
excited
up.
when my hair starts falling out of my headphones and I start looking like a crazy person. I feel like
Nice.
the fact that the more I move, the more my hair falls out, I really feel like adds to like the corkboard meme
so.
that people make of me
Yeah.
whenever I'm talking. Like it really adds to the disheveled vibe.
That's so fun.
Oh, that's such a cool technique. Love that.
The grass and the field till the flowers.
Okay.
The valley of man and they're seated in power. Rise to branches and leaves to the trees. It takes one song to break rich knees. Great till
Woohoo! Yeah, it does. Woo!
to the meadow. They sing the same song and they let the noise echo. Streams of the rivers and hills to the mountain to one angry girl.
I love-
They
listen,
sing the same
wait.
song and they let the noise echo. Streams of the rivers.
Wow. It is rare for a singer to leave in that sharp of a breath, but it's so perfect here.
I in sharp breaths. I like having them in. I think breaths adds so much to the song you're doing, and without like allowing breaths to be heard, you lose all the urgency of what you're singing. And especially in this bridge, it's important that you can feel that rising tension.
Yeah.
So you'll have a quick and then keep going.
I really like in my music, I left breaths as lead ups. Like my final chorus has this big like and then like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What but like I for some reason I feel weird even if it's natural. I don't like putting it in the middle of lines. So props to you for doing so. I
like it. I think it adds like urgency and it means that like it because this is important in this section specifically to have that urgency. If I'm ever distracted by a breath and I don't feel like it's adding to the music, I'll keep it, but I might turn it down a little bit.
Fair. I
but
love that. Respect to that. Because like I said, I don't like hearing my breaths in unless it's like for that build moment. Again, I will always have like, whenever I'm building up to something, I will also intentionally leave that lead up breath to it. But if it's in the middle of a line, I will almost always edit it out. So that's really interesting to hear your perspective.
I love it. There's a really interesting artist called Sophia Isella. Have you ever heard of her?
I have not actually.
She's really cool. She uses breath in such an interesting way.
I'll add it to my list.
Like every breath within her music is kind of choreographed and has an intention behind it. It's really cool. I highly recommend.
Cool. Okay, good to know.
And they're seated in power, briars till branches and leaves till the trees. It takes one song to break rich knees. Griff told the glen and the vale told the meadow. They sang the same song and they let the noise echo. Streams told the rivers and hills told the mountain. To one angry god of the whisper of sound, and she could hear the earth, hear it screaming. Hear that hungry noise right for feeding.
Oh, the bees! The wall!
Oh, yeah.
With the cheating, she packed up her gun, joined in with a sound. Could kill me that you can kill me now. Oh, the day will come when you're...
And that was a full one! That was a full suspension! That's what I've been waiting for! Yes! Wow! So, purely selfishly, I have to ask, why didn't you keep the harmonies? Because essentially, you did 2 out of 3 of my favorite things, and
but
then a different 2 out of 3 of my favorite things. Like, in the first one, you have the suspension and harmonies, but not the instrumental break. And then that one, you have the suspension and instrumental break, but without the harmonies.
But no
and
harmonies.
So I'm curious why, like, since in that moment previously in the song, you already had BV harmonies, why did you choose to remove them for this break?
To take them out. I think for that spot there, you've had such a build-up of bridge that's been moving so quickly. Like, and it's a very quick bridge.
And with that urgency you talked about.
Yeah, with so much urgency to it. And when you get to the very end of the bridge, I wanted that kind of dramatic moment of everything cuts out. You get one voice. You get one voice that goes, oh, the day will come. And then everything comes back in.
Gotcha.
So you have one big voice delivering that line. And then all of the music, all of the harmonies, everything comes in out after that. So it's like, so it goes zoom, 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 and then you get the voice, and then it goes and expands again.
Cool.
Which is really fun.
And that's exactly, that's exactly why I always say when I'm describing my favorite thing that is like a 3 component, and sometimes 2 can be used to a better effect than 3. So I'm not even saying it should have had that. I'm just like, you already had the harmonies queued up earlier, so to remove them here has to be an intentional choice. Yeah. And it was, and it's for a great reason. So I'm glad I asked. Even the sun knows what you said. And to then turn it around to that.
And that's the song.
Wow.
It's very cool. I'm very proud of it. And that's the title track of the album. So when you listen to the album, that's the first song you hear.
Wow.
And then you've got lots left after that.
Absolutely incredible. That was so good. That was, God, I don't even know how I would rank the 3. Like Eve versus Don't Feed or Feed Us versus.
I mean, they're 3 very different
Yeah.
songs with 3 very different feelings and vibes. I will depend entirely, I think, on personal preference and what you enjoy.
Which is so important
yeah.
because, like, that's the thing. Like, if you release something and everyone has the favorite song and that same favorite song, that voice in the back of your head can be like, oh, did I only write one good one then? But like,
exactly. The hope is that everyone's like, no, this is the best one. No, that one's the best one. And
yes, yes.
You like all of them. Yeah.
Well, thank
That's
you
the hope.
so much for sharing this journey, this experience with me through both of these songs. I hope you guys in the audience really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for checking out both of these videos. Thank you, Lydia, so much for taking me through both of these videos. Do you have any final thoughts to say for the YouTube people?
Oof. The album probably will be out if you're on YouTube by now.
Definitely.
So go and stream it. If you're on Patreon, you might see this sooner, and it is coming out maybe very soon or is already out. Anyway,
be on the lookout for it. If it's not out yet, pre-save it.
Pre-save it.
Pre-saves are
Go
so
listen
important.
to it. It's really good, I promise. I'm really proud of it and I really like it. So one of you might like it. At least one.
I
At least
guarantee
one
they
person.
will. Well, thank you so much
thank
again.
you.
Thank you to the patrons scrolling on either side of the screen for making videos like this possible. Thank you again for the 3rd, 4th time to Lydia the Bard for joining me. This has been such a blast. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.